Welcome back. Today we're talking about scheduling your YouTube videos. Is there a tool to do that within YouTube, or is there a better software to use? I'm going to show you how. All right, today we have a guest, Valerie Morris, and she's got a lot of different questions about YouTube. One of them is how to schedule uploads or how to schedule videos on YouTube. Would you like me to show you how to do that?
I would love that, because a lot of times you might make a ton of videos and have them ready to go, but you don't always have the time to post them at the right time every single day because life happens, right? So yeah, if you could show me how to schedule on YouTube in the most effective way possible, that would be great.
Okay, so this is actually pretty cool. Okay, the channel that I'm currently logged in is Chris Crone. If I come in here to the YouTube studio and I'll come over here and I'll click on videos. So you'll see we have a whole list of videos that are private. And let's see, do we have any that are scheduled? Not that I see, so I don't know which one is meant for tomorrow. My team takes care of this, but if I click on this video, so if I come over to this side of the screen, under visibility, right now it's set to private.
Okay.
So it's not searchable, no one can view it unless they have a password or they're able to log in, but I can change it, and one of the options is to schedule as public.
So can anyone use that feature to schedule as public? Or do you have to have a certain number of subscribers or be at a certain level?
I believe that you can use that feature at any level.
Okay.
I haven't come across a scenario, and we've started with channels right from the beginning. So
okay, that's very cool.
So when you click on it, it actually keeps it as private, which is nice, but you can actually set the specific date and time. So I could come out here and say, okay, on Tuesday, June 4th at, let's see, what time would be good? We'll say 9 in the morning. Well, okay, there's 8:45. We can set it according to time zone, and then I hit done. So I'm not gonna actually save that. But
that's all you have to do is just hit done.
Yeah.
Now, can you edit the video once you've scheduled it?
Yep, you still have full reign to make any changes. You can change the date that it's scheduled. You can take it back off of scheduled and just leave it as private. So it's all built right into YouTube, which is nice now.
Okay, so is there a specific time that is best to schedule a video to go live, or to post a video to go live if you're not scheduling it? Is there a sweet spot, or does it
There
matter?
probably is, but the answer depends on where your audience is, and there's different time zones. So if you somehow found that if in your local audience the best time is 8 in the morning, you can generally say that when they're awake, when they're looking at their computer, you can guess that, so it's not going to be 3 a.m.
Okay.
Usually. But if 8 a.m. were the perfect time, what if you then get an audience in Florida?
Okay.
And what if you get an audience in Europe? And so it's like, well, then what time do you post?
Sure.
So it becomes really, really hard. So I just pick 9:30 a.m. That's the time my team picked, but 9:30 in my time zone, they post it. My suggestion is to really find a time that works for you, that you can be consistent with.
Okay.
So say if you pick 6 a.m., but you like to sleep until 7 or 8, that's probably not the best time to schedule.
Right.
If you need to wake up and just make sure. So pick a time that's most convenient for you. And if you notice that there is a better time, then go with that time. You can test it, but otherwise I'd say don't worry about it.
Are there any statistics out there that YouTube has released of peak times where people are watching videos?
Okay, so if you do a search like this on Google, peak times to upload on YouTube, you can find all different types of graphs and charts. So on this one's showing days. It's showing certain days of the week. I don't know. I don't want to assume best days yet. So this chart, it's showing that there's best days to post to YouTube. And you can choose to believe it or not. Everything that you find online, and anything that I've seen in the past, it's been really hard to apply myself to. So I just haven't paid attention to it.
So really, you should be paying attention to what's working for you. Run your own tests and see what works based on you and your audience.
Let me show you something else that's a little bit more valuable. You can come into the analytics. Let me pick a video that's gone live and has some views. So let's pick this one right here, how to retire in 3 years. It's got 13,000 views. And if I come into the analytics on this video, we can look at the real-time activity in the last 48 hours, and you can hover over it and actually see, wow, at 4 p.m. yesterday, we had a huge amount of views, but before and afterwards it wasn't. Consistently, there seems to be, 10 a.m., 11 a.m. What if we go back? There's in the afternoon. 10 a.m. today. So you can look at trends on your own channel, and that's
Okay.
where I would say that's going to be most applicable to you.
Okay.
And it will vary from video to video, because I have some videos when I talk about outsourcing to the Philippines. Those get watched more heavily in the Philippines.
So at 2 a.m?
Yeah, so just pay attention to what the topic is, and that's the best place to determine what's the best time for you.
Okay. So is there a specific file size that is best to upload to YouTube, considering the fact that video files can sometimes be a little cumbersome?
Yeah, that used to be a really big concern, but now YouTube has really improved their technology to where you can upload in 4K, which is a really large file size. They even allow larger file sizes. I don't know why you'd want it, because computers can't display it. But you don't really have to worry about file size anymore.
Okay.
I would just focus on the dimensions. I do recommend 1080p
Okay.
as kind of a good standard. It's not too big, it's not too small, but it's really good resolution. And even on this camera, we're filming in 1080p, and my editors will sometimes crop it. Now that lowers the resolution, so when you crop it down, but yet it's still viewed on the same screen, it's less resolution. I haven't had any complaints.
Wow.
So some people would prefer to film in 4K, and then when they crop it down, and they end up rendering the whole video at then 1080p. I don't know if I'm getting too technical for you.
No, I come from a graphic design background, so it makes sense. If you crop something down and then you stretch it to be that same size, it's going to be fuzzier than if you didn't crop it. And it sounds like it's the same thing with video.
It totally is. So in my experience, my recommendation, because I have editors in the Philippines and we've got to transfer files to Dropbox and they have got to download it and be able to upload it, we just don't deal with 4K very often.
Okay.
And so I film in 1080p, and even if we crop it down and then they have to stretch it on YouTube, people's phones, even on my MacBook, the resolution, it doesn't bug me. And I like crisp, clean images, and it doesn't bug me. So.
Okay. All right. Wow. So going back to scheduling, how far out do you recommend scheduling videos? How far out do you work? Do you do one at a time? Do you do them in batches? What do you recommend doing?
So as you know, and as my audience knows, we film in batches here. We do 20 episodes a day, and most of my channels we do 5 episodes per week.
Okay.
So that allows us, filming-wise, to get 4 weeks ahead of schedule. And with our editing schedule, we try and have at least a 2-week cushion. The bigger the cushion, the better in most ways, meaning you've got a lot of cushion. So if something happens, if you get sick on a filming day and you don't need to film, you've still got a cushion. The only disadvantage of scheduling things further out is things might not be current. So if you have any topics that relate to current events, you've either got to plan for it and somehow predict them, or you just miss them. You can't do trending topics.
Okay. Wow. So plan as far as you're able to, sounds like.
For convenience, yeah. I love efficiency. So
yeah. That makes perfect sense.
And I've even seen on vlogs where they have a daily show or they post regularly, and you're following them on their adventures. I've seen them intentionally have a 2 or 4 week cushion. One family, they live in an RV and they travel around to national parks and they vlog about it, but they always have a cushion so that no one actually knows where they're at. When they're vlogging from Arches National Park, that's not where they're at. They're actually moved on to the next park.
That's a really good safety tip.
That's why they do it. They have a very young family and they don't want to put their family at risk.
So I noticed when we were looking at the analytics section of YouTube, you've got this section called audience retention.
Yeah.
What is that section? What should you be paying attention to there?
Okay, so this video has done really well. To have a 63% audience retention, that's a good stat, and that's probably why this video has 13,000 views. Yeah, so just in the last 12 days. So I'm going to assume it's because it's got high audience retention. Another thing about YouTube analytics is the stats that they show you first. That tells me that that's what's most important to the YouTube algorithm.
Okay.
YouTube's kind of sending us signals. If we click on analytics and we look right here and audience retention is the first thing that we see, that tells me that we want to work on audience retention to get better results on YouTube. Does that help?
That does help. Now, what's a healthy percentage to aim for to be considered good?
Yeah, I aim for 45% or higher.
Okay.
That depends on the type of channel. Entertainment type channels will shoot for a higher number.
Sure.
Educational content, 63% here is really, really good.
Okay, great.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of great content on YouTube. There's obviously a lot more questions that we can discuss here. If you can leave comments in below about other questions you have about YouTube, then we can make other episodes. And a topic I often talk about is keyword research, because it's so critical to getting your videos to rank on day one on YouTube. And I put together a keyword research guide. If you click the link below, I'll give you that guide for free. It will tell you how to research and find the questions that people are asking that you have the answers for. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.